Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of YTech Universe. Today I'll be reviewing the IFETech motion sensor based lamp. So this is the IFETech motion sensing lamp. So as you can see, it's quite a compact lamp and it is as big as your normal 40 watts bulb. So I'll just walk you through it. So these are the LED elements that will light up. This is the motion sensor here that's going to sense your presence and switch on, and also it will be acting as a daylight or detecting sensor wherein it will switch off during the day and switch on during the night. And this is your normal mounting bracket for the bulb. So just to show you a comparison, this is your normal 40 watts bulb here, and this is the IFETech's 3 watt bulb. So you can see that it is pretty much the same size as this, it's just a little broader. So I'll be just showing to you how simple it is to put the bulb in your bulb holder. So you just take the bulb here and you just put it in the holder and you just spin it, and that's about it, and it just fits perfectly. And if you want to remove it, you just do the same thing. So it is that simple. So as you can see here, I have mounted the motion sensor lamp behind me over here on the wall. So I'll be just demonstrating to you how it becomes active when there's motion in the room or when it senses a motion, and how it switches off there afterwards when there is no motion, and vice versa, right? So I'm not supposed to move for about 60 seconds. That's close to approximately a minute. That's when the light will actually switch off, and the moment I do a move from one point to the other, it will switch off. I'm just waiting for it to switch off. So there you see, it switched off. Now I'll just try to move about a little bit and you will see that it will switch on. So there you see it. So the moment it senses a motion, it will switch on. So just to give you an idea of how well the room is illuminated, I'll be just panning the camera around so that you can see for yourself how well the room is actually lit by this light. So as you can see, the room is pretty much completely illuminated and it is quite bright. So what's the final verdict on this lamp? So let me start off by telling you that this lamp is useful for a specific purpose. That is, you want it to be in a place where you frequently move around and you need lighting in that place, and you may not always want that place to be lit up. So this is the scenario where you would want to use this kind of a light. For example, you could use this in a restroom or a washroom where you enter and you want the light to be switched on. So there it is useful where you have very less things to do, and you do it and then you move out, and as long as you're doing a motion, it will be on. The moment you are still or static, it will switch off. But then given that if you're planning to stay longer than a minute or two, then you probably are good at looking at a different source of light. So this may switch on, you may find the switch for the other light and then just switch it on, and you can get going with your business. But having said that, there is quite a lot of uses for this, considering the scenarios what I just told you, that there are places where you just need the lighting for a few seconds or a minutes before and after that you probably don't need that light source at all. For example, I'll give you let's say an apartment staircase where people less frequently use these staircases, but when they do, they need the light. So you could imagine 4 or 5 of these things on each staircase elevation, and whenever somebody walks, it illuminates and they can just find their path down, right? So people use lifts there, and when they are using the lift, if they are using a conventional light, it's always switched on, and that of course consumes electricity. But this, on the other hand, is just a 3 watt bulb, and it just consumes electricity as long as it is switched on. So that is about a minute, and by the time they can easily find the steps, when they're going up or down, right? So that is an ideal scenario. Having said that, there's a lot of other places also, like you could probably use this in a place like an old age home or anything where you have old people, and you don't want them to like trip on anything during the night. So you could just put it in the hall or anything, so that when they just enter, it illuminates, and they can find their way. So like I said, those are the useful practical applications of this lamp. And the major thing, like I said, is saving electricity bills. So basically it almost saves you around 80 to 90% of the electricity bill, because it's just a 3-watt lamp, and it just switches on and switches off when it is required, not stay on all along, right? So having said that, let's come to the other aspect, wherein its usability, installation. Well, as you can see, it's a very simple bulb design. It's as good as installing a bulb, so there is nothing much to say on that, and it's very simple and straightforward. And of course, I would like to mention that this has got a year's warranty, so even if something goes wrong, the people at IFITech who make these bulbs, they are ready to come over to your place, and if you have at all any installation issues, come and help you out with that. And also if there's any issues, they just straight away replace the product. So that's something very good that I noticed with these IFITech people there. So having said that, it's a good bulb, and it's a specific utility purpose only, and that's about it. Thank you for watching this episode. Hope to see you next time.